Hello, welcome to...
Huh? Yeah, my cardio was so bad. Well, why don't you fight me in a cage? We'll see how bad my cardio really is, dip.
It's 2015 all over again. Before we get to that poetry, have Thor Bjornsson's 8,000 calorie dart to set new deadlift world record. I do not want to see the state of his toilet at the end of the day. Thor is working towards his next deadlift world record. Here we are watching 2 world records. What do you guys want to see next? What do you think of this? Obviously, new world record attempts are exciting, seeing humans do things we've never seen before, but on the other hand, they do create an incredible stress on his body. It's an extreme form of lifting which may damage him going forwards. Talking of damaged. And that is why you should never do leg day. Nope, still not doing them. They're so boring. We all know the calf raise machine is for resting your water bottles on, but may I say, sir, that is quite incredible. When you think you're bodybuilding but try and hack the system only to realize it's still running Windows 95. Don't worry, no one will notice. Just leg raises and a good clinic. What's wrong in this picture? Apart from the sea of dudes in their mum's basement sending you emojis? I can't think of anything else. Yeah, perfectly defined 8-pack visible all year round. Every picture in videos like this, not even flexing or bracing, and perfectly chiseled abs constantly. Don't do this, it is dumb. It's all about good light and angles. It's all about doing something stupid for social media attention. Talking of staring at concrete walls.
Bro, they're talking about you behind your back. Oh yeah? How's the view?
Like the luxury sea view room that I booked on that website with a weird name. It was a relaxing stay. Clearly another poor review for the PD influencer lifestyle. Whatever just happened to chicken, broccoli and good old fashioned pull-ups? Well, it's still better than kipping pull-ups.
19 health phase is definitely over.
At least that guy has self-awareness compared to...
Oh, here comes we got trouble now. Everyone is more ripped than the other. Right. How could it be? How could there be so many studs together in one room?
Arnold recently imparted some wisdom on 2 lifetime natties, Mike Thurston and Mike O'Hearn.
This is Mike also. Hey, good to see you. Nice to meet you. Mike, looking ripped. Thank you. Looking good. Look at him.
What do you want to say about him?
I'm proud of him. He went from 280 to 260. Anyway. So just he was asking for advice. I keep telling him, I said, change the diet and up the dosage. Yeah.
Whose dosage? Never heard of the guy. Mike has perfected the poker face and awkward laugh, whilst the other Mike conveniently moved out of view.
Oh, change the diet and up the dosage. That is today's wisdom from Arnold. We're putting that on a shirt. That is definitely going on a shirt.
Well, you might as well put your philosophy on a t-shirt. Don't worry, no one will notice.
Up the dosage. Yeah.
Right, here we go. Vegan Gains recently admitted starting using gear.
Well, I actually just started taking steroids 5 days ago.
And just had an episode of ROID Rage whilst doing barbell shrugs whilst live streaming to his fans, as you do. So he's doing heavy shrugs whilst live streaming for his tween fans who pay him to do impressions, shake his bottom, just a usual dignified source of income. Then someone comments he's out of breath after his set, and he replied in a rational way.
Bro, out of breath from doing shrugs. LMAO. Well, how about you face me in a cage match?
Set break's over, Richard. Come on, get back to work. Before I comment on his tantrum, it's fine to be out of breath after a heavy set. He's lifting heavy, completely normal. He's working hard, so in reality, the person commenting was just looking for a reaction, and boy did they get it.
Huh? Yeah, my cardio was so bad. Well, why don't you fight me in a cage? We'll see how bad my cardio really is, dip.
You would not pass a USADA testing. That glass vial would explode on contact. Maybe Rogan could do a Fight Companion podcast about it.
Don't do that. Don't call me Mr. Scientist. I'll start mocking you, and it's so much easier to mock you. Please stop.
No, I won't. I won't. I know you think it's just. I've heard Susan Humphreys.
This is a long conversation that we're not going to have on this podcast because I'm going to get angry because I've researched this for years. Brad, I don't want to talk about it in the middle of a podcast because it'll completely derail the podcast.
Where's the Okai from?
From your mother's.
There were more blows thrown in that podcast than the actual fight they were watching. Back to everyone would take PEDs if they could.
The reality is, everybody wants to take steroids. The only reason they don't is because they're afraid of needles or they don't know how to use these safely.
No, they wouldn't. That argument is dumb.
I do 40 minutes of cardio every day.
Shaking your rump for your streaming fans is not cardio. Literally, here are his prices on his live streams. Anyone for a donation?
Yeah, guess what? Unlike you, I lift heavy and train hard, and yes, you have to breathe heavy, because when you're lifting heavy weights with high intensity, that requires oxygen. If you're a tiny little who lifts little baby weights, yeah, you might not have to breathe very hard.
ROIDs have been argued to increase aggressive behavior amongst people, but there's no evidence of that.
Idiot.
Science-based stuff at the moment.
I think there's people who are gimmicky about it and make it a thing because they know it's like, because an older person or an older guy who works out is going to stick to the basics that he know worked for him.
There is this new divide in social media between science-based lifters and perhaps what you would call an old-school lifting approach. Here is Sam Sulek answering a question about that very topic.
Which is, sweet, but, it's going to be harder for him to accept new ideas. So for a younger guy, it's kind of this like clout mentality of like, oh, I'm on the new wave train. But some of it's a little silly. I don't think all of it is. A lot of the idea behind it, and it's kind of its own subculture, it's very like it's a weird elitism.
So what do I think about it? I just don't think people should get wrapped up in this argument.
Like their whole thing is, this is right, you are wrong. And like that sucks. That's not cool. And that's not even true. Because there's so many people that get so many different results doing so many different things.
In reality, there are benefits of both outlooks, and being smart and applying common sense when using different ideas just seems the way to go. Of course, science helps us to structure our workouts and gives us an understanding, for example, of how muscles grow, how to get bigger and stronger. We understand progressive overload, for example. We understand hitting muscles from different angles, how different movement patterns work certain muscles. This is all science and it's important. But sometimes people can take it too far, such as this. And that to me just seems the point of diminishing returns and not a common sense way to structure your workouts. But I always say on my channel, do not suffer from paralysis by analysis. And for me, this clip is an example of that. Understand progressive overload and then apply some old school principles such as the consistency, the dedication, that good old fashioned grit and hard work. Use the best of both worlds, but don't get wrapped up in the extremities of either. The fitness industry can be incredibly tribal, but I just find some of these arguments online a pointless distraction. Focus on your needs and your goals, and you will achieve results. Trust the process. See you soon.